what's going on? Miguel, host of Life Full Circle Radio, and we tripping today. Eventually, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that and see why it keeps doing that, and I have to go back and come back out. Anyway, Miguel, host of Life Full Circle Radio. What's good? What's good? What's good? So, it is Tuesday. I know it's Tuesday, and we're on the air because yesterday was a holiday, and I was traveling, and we might get into what I was doing this past weekend. I think my voice is coming back. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So today we're going to be talking about Camron doing Camron things. No surprises at all. Him on CNN. The latest on Gaza. I think a lot of us are kind of acting like that thing is not doing what it's doing right now, and it's not getting any better. And so Nikki Haley decides that she wants to sign bombs. Anyway, Trump trial is still going on, and I'm pretty much telling you guys now, Trump, that it's going to be a hung jury, and we will see Trump in November. There's no question in my mind about that. And we'll figure out what else we're doing. All right, social media, we're live right now on the social medias. That's us on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram and on Facebook and all the things. Super producer.
Hello, happy Tuesday.
Happy
so
Tuesday.
Excited to be here.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So I waited until I pulled it up because this past weekend I was hanging out in super producer country.
He was his wonderful family.
Oh my God. So I've talked about it many times on the show and in life. And before we get into this thing, Andre Size, one of our favorite super producer fans, and Life of Circle.
I have a fan club.
You got a fan club. Anyway, he's at choir practice texting us about the show. I just had a weird chill just came over me. He's at choir practice up there watching, listening to us.
I was like, why are you shimmying?
I just got, I just can't help that, the noob in me. But I just got a quick chill. Anyway, so we was in Orlando this past weekend because I am if y'all see, I'll probably see a lot more of it because the algorithms are sending it all to me. But if you see any of those joke type of memes where travel basketball parents or travel sports parents, because there's people doing it, soccer and lacrosse and a little bit of everything.
Baseball.
We are travel parents. Baseball. Yes, absolutely baseball. We are travel parents with our two daughters playing basketball. And somehow, somewhere, I ran my mouth so much and now they gave me a whistle and a shirt.
And let me tell you guys, I arrive at the it's the ESPN Wide World of Sports at Disney, where it's like so busy and crazy. Me and Omar did not know where I'm going. I'm texting Miguel like crazy, and I'm like, I know this Negro is not responding. His wife's not responding. I get in there. Why is he not responding? Because he's coaching the team. That's why he wasn't responding.
That's why I wasn't responding, because I was absolutely coaching the team. I don't know which game it was, the 5th or the 6th grade.
I don't know, but look at the pictures. I didn't even send you all of this. Look how bad this is.
No, you have not sent me all of those. Oh my goodness.
There's 145 pictures that I took.
Oh my God. Us and these smartphones. I got more content on these cameras and stuff from over the years. And shout out to my man, Jeff Avila. Jeff Avila, his daughter. If you follow me or Michelle on Instagram, his daughter Jordan is our lead guard, and she's a monster. She is something special. I told you about her. And
it's so weird when you see these kids. You hear parents talk about their kids being good ball players. They're like, yeah, your kid's good. What do you do? I really don't care. And then when you see them, like, well, look at God. This little baby is really good.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. My babies are solid. They are good ball players. Michelle's a good ball player. Jordan is going to be a superstar. Here, I'm telling you right now, if she is going long, she keeps going the direction she's going. And man, so yes, that's today. Sunday, or maybe no, it was yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. Monday, we were in the semifinals, and our 7th graders got cheated. Like literally.
I did the fight, y'all. I'm telling you, me and Omar could not be basketball parents based on what you told me about how that game ended, and they took a point away from y'all. I would be on the court.
So it was 37-36. We were up. And Jordan went to the basket. She hits a layup and gets fouled and hits her free throw, which made it 40-36. And as Michelle said, why is this scoring table listening to this 12-year-old girl? This 12-year-old girl from the other team went up there and said, the score is not right. The score is not right. They stopped the play. It's under 2 minutes left in the game. We got a dogfight going on because they had just scored. And they
double overtime.
they changed the score. And under 2 minutes left in the game, they took a point away from us. We ended up going to overtime. We lost in overtime, and we were actually playing this game in the same arena where the Lakers played where the whole NBA was playing their playoffs back in 3, 4, 5 years ago when the Lakers won the championship. So we were in that same arena. I actually liked where you guys were and saw us play better than the arena because the way they had the arena set up, they only had 4 courts on the main floor. And we were so far away, like we had to, because the girls are used to hearing our voices and hearing us.
I gotta say, he's basically saying him and his wife cannot sit courtside and yell and scream and be parents. But let me tell you,
courtside at you make like courtside like it's the Lakers. We're courtside at a youth basketball game. Yeah.
I mean, Noah was dying to run on the court. He was 2 seconds away from taking off running across the court. But let me tell you how awesome this facility is, because I had never been to the ESPN Wild World of Sports. You know, we heard about it during the NBA season because that's where it was.
Yep.
And you know, when you actually go there, it is strictly sports. Mm-hmm. There is nothing else there. If you're looking for something Disney related, that's just the prices. That's the only thing Disney related in the whole place. Mm-hmm. There's a giant soccer pavilion in the back. There's 2 arenas. There's a baseball, softball field. There's another thing. They do wrestling matches. It's all kids. It seems like they mostly do AAU kids sports and tournaments there because the type of place that it is. But I know they've done like adult intramural stuff there if you really want to spend the money.
Yeah.
I should have asked Miguel more questions like, hey, is this going to cost money to get in? Should I lie about my kids' ages? Probably, because it was $88 for my whole family to get in, and I wasn't aware. So, well, that.
You know, so yes, that's the rub with the. I hope I can find. I mean, I find it for during the show, but there's this video of people, and it's got this Hispanic guy who's on this rope and he's dancing back and forth. You've probably seen it. People use, but it basically is like talking about how travel parents are managing their bank account during travel season because it's crazy. So you think about it. As a family, we're paying the same stuff that you just paid. Like outside of Michelle and Layla, because we got kids that are older. So we're not paying as much because you had to pay for your kids as well, which is, to me, robbery anyway. But yeah.
No, so and Leela, they weren't enjoying them games. I paid $13 a child from to watch iPads.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy because, because when it comes down to it, if I'm not coaching, I have to pay. Trey has to pay. Of course, we pay for gas, hotel, everything, traveling. We're going all over the place. And so this is like the hustle. This is going on all around the country. So to your point about this Disney ESPN's Wild World of Sports, it's really brilliant. But it's Disney. They got all the brains and all the money in the world. So normally when we're in a travel joint, we'll play 2 games a day a lot of times. No, they had us the first day. It was 1 game. It was early enough in the day, and they were like, go enjoy the park. That's all it is. All it is a way to have youth sports. You bring your kids, you bring your whole family. Of course, you're not going to stay there and just go watch that 1 game and not do anything else. You're going to go to the park. You're going to spend money all in the city of Orlando.
The Lloyds hit me up like, hey, we're going to our homeboy house. Y'all come in? Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that too. Of course, we had some amazing food, and I've been exposed to what I want to say that Cambodian families, they call it crack sauce, and it goes on seafood, and it's absolutely, positively amazing.
Oh, I missed the crack sauce, but we're losing viewers here talking about our
No, we're not. They still here. Anyway, all right, so let's jump into the show today. As you mentioned, we appreciate the Shakors come hanging out with us. So we're going to start off the show talking about Camron. So if people have not heard, go ahead and set it up while I pull this up.
I'm laughing because Camron. Okay, focus. So everybody has been getting interviewed about Diddy. And there's been a lot of podcasts talking about it. It's been the top of mind of everybody. And Cassie recently came out and basically said thank you to everybody who's been supporting her and that she's praying for other victims of domestic violence. Camron was requested to come on CNN to talk about Diddy and what's going on and kind of the state of hip hop. He goes on there, and as Miguel has told me, it's just Camron being Camron, but he also acted a complete donkey that he didn't need to do at almost 50 years old. I can see if this was Camron back on Bill O'Reilly with the pink fur saying, you mad. That's different. That was, what do you want to say, 25 years ago? 30 years ago now?
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
I'm going to let you finish before I get into my Camron diatribe.
He goes on there, and Abby Phillips, who was a respected journalist, she's not just some black woman they threw up there. Abby Phillips has been on CNN for a very long time. She is a respected journalist,
but she's still relatively young. I don't think she's older than her mid-30s. Abby
she
Phillips
might be my same age.
Yeah, she's pretty young. I think she's younger than you are. She's just very mature.
She might be.
Yeah.
But she was asking questions about, what do you think about the video? What do you think about, is that the side of video that questions he could have pivoted on. I know he's got media training and he didn't. He just was kind of a jerk. And then he said he took a sip of his drink that he was promoting, which is a male enhancement drink, and said he was going to go get some cheeks later. Then he loudly said, who booked me on this? Who booked me on this show? Blah, blah, blah. And Abby Phillips just wrapped it up, and she was a consummate professional. But Cam didn't have to do this. Everybody keeps saying, Cam just being Cam. Cam just being Cam. They always do this to black people. And I'm doing this voice on purpose because that's how people act.
Yeah.
But you go, and then I'll finish my statement.
So point being, you can't tell me that Camron didn't know what the interview was going to be about. Diddy is top of the news. You are the co-host of a podcast with Mace. Used to be on Bad Boy. Famously left Bad Boy just out the blue.
A popular podcast.
Popular podcast, sure. We say often there's a market for everything and everybody. There's a market right now for this, whatever they call it, podcast is, whatever he calls it. So, the thing about it with Cam is that I've never been a Camron fan, and I know people who love Dipset and they love the whole, and he from Harlem, Diddy's from Harlem, Dame Dash is from Harlem. People who know New York cats they do have a type. And Camron is a type. The pink fur and all that. That's a type of a lot of cats from Harlem. I know. And I know some of my Harlem folks were like, "Oh man, get off Harlem, son." Whatever. Cam got on there and disrespected this woman at her job.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of this because
it's so cringeworthy. It's so cringy.
If there weren't.
So as this refreshes, what Cam did to Abby Phillips in that moment was it was wild to me,
Tell us a little bit more about that. I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said, and of course, that's my brother, so if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff, I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. And y'all might get some more information out of Mace from there, but for me to tell you how Puff acted and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
This is so staged,
I'm a talent agent for this joint. Like, you think I'd be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that I was like, who booked me for this joint?
There's no way he didn't know this.
It's pure.
There's no way he didn't know.
There's no way he didn't know. He knew why he was asked to come on that show, and for him to do that to her, and I kind of chuckled because Abby Phillips in that moment was like, I swear for goodness, under her breath, she was like, "This N-word here."
Oh yeah. If they would have been, let's say they were at the family cookout and he embarrassed her, she'd be, boy, let me tell you what you're not gonna do at my mama's house. Right. It would have been the whole thing.
Right.
But let's point out of a couple key things. When Harvey Weinstein committed his atrocious acts, every time a white actor, actress, director, producer got in an interview, what did they ask them about?
Of course,
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, of course.
So
especially if he's worked with them before. With Weinstein worked with just about everybody in Hollywood because he was controlling some
exactly. Of that. So why are we as Black people shocked that Diddy, who was a prominent figure in Black culture, when Black people come on shows, they are now asked about him and like, how dare you ask me? I don't know Diddy like that. I'm not hanging out with him. That's not the point.
Right. You're the co-host with Mace, which I'm pretty sure he probably asked Mace to come on, and Mace was like, "Nah, I'm good." So
he said no.
Right. Because he didn't want to talk about it. But Camron said, "You know what? I'm gonna pull the whole LL Cool J Gap FUBU play here. I'm gonna get on this show. They're gonna think I want to talk about Diddy. I'm gonna act like I'm so, because he said it after the fact on his own platforms or whatever. They ain't want to ask me about all the work I'm doing, all the good work I'm doing in the community. They ain't want to ask me about my
What good
podcast
work?
because that's not what you were asked to come on there to talk about.
But even better, he could have pivoted, and he chose not. Like, okay, he tried to pivot with that horsepower garbage, which he could have done in a more eloquent way instead of, I'm drinking a horsepower drink, I'm gonna go get some cheeks later. He could have easily said, I'm doing a lot of things. I think with the second half of life with rappers, we're learning about more things. But me on my show, here's what we're doing. Right. Here's the fact that, Mace is on our show. He's now talking to kids every morning, and we're doing this and we're doing that. We want to be the positive side of the second act of rapper. He could have said anything. He could have not only made himself look amazing, made Diddy look bad, but also brought more viewers to his show. And he chose not to.
He got more viewers to this show because of that garbage.
Oh, he did. I know he did.
His market loved that. The people who love Camron, I joke with some of my homies, some of my people, and some of my Harlem folks was laughing at it. They thought it was hilarious. And I look at it and just like, I'm just at a place in my life, especially when I know Abby Phillips did everything in her power to be mature in that moment. And kudos to her. Listening to when it was at the end of the hour because it kicked right to the 11 o'clock show. And, it is what it is. Cam went up there and tried to play that sister. And that's the biggest thing I got an issue with. Is that you could have been up there, you could have blown it off, you could have danced around it, didn't want to talk about Diddy. Nobody really wants to talk about Diddy like that for real, because who knows how he's going to come on the other side of this thing. And word has it, if Diddy is as dangerous as they say he is on the back end, cats may not want that smoke. So, it's like, okay, let that dude just go out into the ether because he's struggling right now. And I'm going to take this time to promote my drink and promote my podcast. He could have even done that even a little bit more classy than the disrespect Abby Phillips.
Way more classy than that. And also, him saying they never want to bring us on for anything positive. They never want to bring you on for anything positive. They have brought rappers on CNN before and they've done great. Yeah. They have brought rappers on MSNBC before and they've done great.
Ari, what's his name? Ari, what's the guy that's on Friday? They go on the guy that's on at 6:30. Every Friday night he got a rap. He had Jada Kiss.
Oh, Arby Melber. He's on MSNBC.
Right. He's up there quoting rap lyrics. He's, this isn't 15 years ago where rappers had a problem getting on the air. Like, you fit the demographic. Me as a 50-plus-year-old man, I want to see my contemporaries on the air, and there's a market for us. So, anyway, all right, let's move on. What we going to talk about next? You want to talk about Gaza and the latest going on with Gaza?
Before we go to Gaza, because I know it's going to be serious, can we stay on funny stuff? Pastor Holy Whore Jamal Bryant got engaged to a woman who looks exactly like
me for that. I could have. So go ahead, set it up while I try to find it.
That was my line. Pastor Holy Whore Jamal Bryant got engaged to his new fiance, Dr. whoever her name is, who cares, they'll be divorced soon, who looks exactly like his ex-wife Giselle, which is super creepy, and he did it all while dressed like a character from the Nutcracker. Why was he dressed like that? Why are you dressed like a bootleg Captain Crunch?
I don't know why.
Why are you dressed like?
I don't know why you try to ride Jamal Bryant so hard.
I'm not done with my joke shit. Why was he dressed like one of the Beatles from Yellow Submarine? Why was he dressed like one of the captains from the Pirates of Caribbean? Why was he dressed like a British soldier? Why was he dressed like he was about to scream, "The British are coming"? Why was he dressed like a cast member from Bridgerton? Does anybody know? I'm done. Okay, play the video.
Are you done?
Love,
I'm done. Play the video.
When it is real, is not a scandal. So
when
people are looking for a reason to be upset with love, it's because they don't love themselves.
So shout out to Jamal Bryant.
Who's that baby he was holding? Who's the baby he was holding?
I don't know. He's a pastor of a church. It could have been any baby from the church. I don't know.
Okay. So somebody just handed him they baby. It's like, oh yeah, this will look great with your
Jamal Bryant is not Jamal Bryant. Let me just tell you, because we joke about Bryant, but he is doing some great things with New Birth. They are the largest of churches. They are the largest landowner in the state of Georgia. And so they are putting some senior housing on pieces of their land. They're known for feeding folks in the community. He's doing a lot of work in the social justice arena.
Yeah.
And so here you are. Now, evidently, he's decided to settle down with one woman. So let's give my man.
I can't wait for
Let's
this.
give my man his flowers. Can we give him his flowers?
No.
Can we give Dr. Jamal Bryant his flowers, please?
No, we can't, because in about 5 years, there's going to be some scandal about him cheating on her. He got another baby or something. It's the same refrain for him, and that's the problem that everybody has. And everyone's like, he's doing great things for New Birth. Well, the bar was already set low, practically in HE double hockey sticks, because the last person was Eddie Long. What are we talking about here? You act like he took a thriving church and just kept expanding.
He did.
Rather, he took a church with sexual assault of boys and moving on. He could run a crack house out of there and be moving a step up. Jamal Bryant sucks.
That church, that ministry, because I'm living in this community, so you're not gonna sit up and have me caught out there. The church does great work. Was Eddie Long questionable? Obviously, he was. Jamal Bryant and what they're doing with that church, like we didn't place back to the. We didn't play basketball tournaments over there in the gym. They got a great gym.
Let me tell you what's going to happen.
What?
If he ever asks you to do work for his church, they're going to play this moment. Somebody's going to be like, well, maybe Miguel shouldn't, because there was this episode with his producer.
You know what's funny? It's funny because I have another associate of mine who did an interview with him. Anyway, I'm not going to get that intel because it ain't helping my case. Anyway, I'm focusing on the fruit that Dr. Bryant is doing and what New Birth is doing. And now, congratulations to him. And what is her name? Miss.
And I can't wait from the fruit that he provides his next mistress that we all will learn about. That's going to be wonderful fruit.
Miss Carrie Baby, Dr. Carrie Turner, Doctor of Ministry.
Doctor.
That's right. She is eyes.
Now, did she get her degree from a real school or one of those weird school universities?
I'm not doing this with you. I don't know. And she
What's
got
her name?
Little, she's right here,
Doctor.
right on the screen. Right on the screen.
I ain't got my glasses on. What is it, Dr. Carrie? What?
Her name is Dr. Carrie Turner, and she's got because let's keep it real. Like, Dr. Bryant ain't no play. He's got he went to Virginia Union, one of the top ministry divinity schools in the country. A lot of big time pastors come out of that ministry. Come out of that college. So anyway, so you done hating on Dr. Jamal Bryant yet? I think we're done with hating on Dr. Bryant. All right.
I'm fine. What I will think would be really weird, and I have a weird feeling this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
This is something me and Tracy will talk about, but the Real Housewives of Atlanta is struggling. I have a weird feeling that we are going to see her not on this coming up season, the next season. Her planning her wedding to Dr. Jamal Bryant and her being with the ladies and the whole thing. And he's just very scammy and creepy. So let's go into something serious.
Only thing is, only thing, the reason why there's a possibility I think that may work, because if they cross franchise, because his ex-wife has been on the Real Housewives of Potomac for years. Not that
since the inception, and she is really struggling on that show right now. She's not doing.
I gave you as much as I know about the show. I know I've watched it once or twice, but I know she's.
Sorry, you're right. I apologize. Let's move on to the next topic.
All right, so let's move on. So as we were talking about going on in Gaza, I really gotta cue it up with this, because this came out today.
No, you can cue it up. I'll go ahead and talk about it. I don't. Can you take that down for a second?
Why?
I have to set up the story, and when she's doing stuff like that, this makes me. Right. So on October 7th, everybody knows this. Hostages were taken from Israel by Hamas. That have resulted in a war between Hamas and the Israeli government that has slowly evolved into what we all can see now is a complete mass genocide of an entire ethnicity. It's almost like it's ethnic, not almost, I guess it would be called ethnic cleansing. I mean, we've had people from World Kitchen who were feeding people in Gaza at different, facilities. They were bombed and killed. Recently, there was a refugee camp that was bombed and killed. And they're like, oh, it was only bombed and people were killed because it was right next door to this thing. And nobody can confirm that. There is no more hospitals. There are no more schools. These people are living not even in poverty. These people are living in a hellscape, is what they're called.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine it either. It's a complete hellscape there. We've seen pictures. It is awful. And, though I think that the hostages should be returned, I think they should be returned safely to their families. Where do we draw the line? The line has been stepped on, crossed, jumped over. It's ridiculous.
Well, I thought we would draw the line. This is something I would never even would have imagined. This is Nikki Haley, former Republican presidential candidate, who actually came out and endorsed Donald Trump last week, talked all this crap about Trump, and then now she's signing bombs that are basically saying finish them on the bombs. I'm at a loss for words of where we are as a society now. That I can't imagine during World War II or Vietnam, and I know that it did go on to a degree, but there was no social media. It's just, and I understand Hamas is Hamas. I don't make light of the fact that Hamas is Hamas, but those the people of Palestine, don't deserve this. It's like that to me is it's insane. You want to blame how Hamas is hiding amongst them, and that's our reasoning. But you're signing bombs, Nikki Haley. You're making light of this thing.
That's what I'm saying. Even if let's say Hamas was all up and through Palestine and the Palestinian people, you couldn't tell the difference, and the kids are carrying guns, why would you do that? What point are you trying to make by signing literally weapons of mass destruction that are going to kill people? Why would I've said this previously on previous shows, and Miguel knows this, that Nikki Haley has burned every political capital she's ever had. Like, people were going to be able to get over the Trump thing. I really do, because she had some real shining moments during her presidential campaign. You can admit to that, right? She's
going to be Trump's running mate.
Really? You think he's that dumb? I mean, I know he's dumb, but dumb?
That's not dumb on her. That's not dumb on his part. That's coalescing the side, because now you're starting to see more and more Republicans that are coming out publicly saying, we don't like Trump, but the alternative is worse. So we're going to ride with. That's why she felt comfortable coming out last week saying that she is going to vote for Trump. Did you see that?
No. I definitely saw that. And I definitely saw a lot of people confused. Like, wait, we just watched you talk crap for the past 3 months when you were running. So why are you running for him? I mean, it would be him being like, it's just all ridiculous and stupid.
She's
signing
bombs, Kia. She's signing bombs.
I know. I understand that. I think it's disgusting.
She is lobbying, because when it's all said and done, who else do Republicans have to put up there right now that is going to give him much political capital? Because he's not in a position, he can't really campaign like he wants. He went to why in the world he go to the Libertarian conference and expect the Libertarians not to do anything but what they did?
Can you pull that video up real quick? Can you pull that video up with the Libertarians?
Yeah.
Y'all, there's things that are dumb, and there's things that make you go, what? What? That's what this was. Like, what? Why? He thought it would be a good idea to go into spaces that are non-MAGA. And he knows he can't go into a Democratic space because he would be killed, basically. But he can go into safe spaces like independent voters and libertarians. Libertarians kind of are the don't tread on me, let me do what I want as long as it doesn't hurt other people. And they're whatever. It's a really gray area with the libertarians and the independents. He goes there.
Hate everyone. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Somebody got.
But he goes there, thought that he would get a warm reception. Instead, he is booed nonstop, like hardcore booed. People are yelling at him and squeezing rubber chickens that they got from RFK Jr., which Secret Service then had to take and then tell people don't squeeze your rubber chickens while he's talking. And he said, "Oh, I guess you guys don't want to win. That's why you guys haven't been winning in 60 years." And it was just a joke.
Yeah, it's it's funny. My experience with libertarians back in the day, anytime we would go to DMV to do anything, they would always be sitting out there with the little pieces of paper trying to tell us to vote for some weirdo who was a libertarian. And 30
Ross
years ago.
Perot. It was always Ross
No,
Perot.
it was somebody else. But point being is that libertarians hate everybody except for libertarians. So you think you're going to go over there and get in front of them, and then all of a sudden, they were going to love you? No, sucker. They played you. They played you. No one to be dictated. Booed at Libertarian Convention. Jerry suggests Republican president candidate faces a challenge in broadening his appeal. He needs that libertarian vote in order
But he also goes against their values. He's talking about being a dictator. Everything he said leans towards dictatorship, and that's the one thing libertarians are like, absolutely not. No way.
No. Libertarians are not afraid to open their mouths. And now they got it on video, you fool. It's going to be on loops. It's going to be everywhere. You getting booed by libertarians.
Well, he had fun in the Bronx.
And then I saw a video of that of the Bronx video, and of course, the crowds were never as big as he makes it out to be, right? And so you go to the Bronx.
Man, I ain't never seen that many white people in the Bronx in my life.
Oh, I'm sure they had. I'm sure they had escorts. The police probably
all these white people all of a sudden live in the Bronx.
It wasn't a ton. It wasn't. From the video footage, I've seen more people. This stuff is crazy, man.
And I think it was a good 10,000 people, which is not a bad showing. I wish he would
in New York. That's nothing in New York. In New York, you are running for president, and you get 7,000 to 10,000 people, and you're running for the president of the United States. That's nobody.
In the Bronx, it wasn't like he was in New York City. He's in an offshoot borough. Who cares? But just say the real numbers. Just say, hey, you all think all of New York hates me. Jersey loves me. Some people in the Bronx love me. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. That's just the thing. I know.
So when it comes down to what's happening with this trial, I'm hearing about hung juries. I mean that there's a possibility. This legal system does not want him to be convicted. They're gonna do everything in their power to let this man go to November, and everyone will be praying, sitting on pins and needles, that he loses so badly that he won't even think about trying to challenge it. But we know he will. We know he's going to challenge it because that's who he is, huh?
I think the issue, everybody, and I'm with. I hate to say this. I'm with everybody else. Presidents getting convicted sets a really nasty, horrible precedent in our history, in everything. Now, do I think he's guilty? I do. I think he's guilty. I think he's guilty of everything they're saying. Do I want him to be convicted? No. Do I want him to win in November? No. Do I just want him to lose, him challenge it, and then he go off into the sunset? Well, he won't go off into the sunset and just let it be done. Because I don't think a real insurrection will happen again. I think the National Guard has already got a whole contingency plan for this. I think the FBI, CIA is watching sleeper cells of MAGA all over the United States. I think they are prepared for the worst.
Absolutely.
But I think it just needs to go. It can't be done in the courts. It needs to be done.
I agree. I agree. It's too much theater. It's too much potential theater with that. The whole situation with Defani Willis, the trial here in Atlanta. I don't know what's happening with that. All of a sudden now that's not going to hit the streets until time for the ratings to go up in August, I guess. I'm just like, are they going to run that all the way up to November, right before the election? Like, what the hell is going on with that? Fani Willis had to, she has and here's the thing, which people who are not in Atlanta don't know this, or Georgia don't know this. She had to run. She was challenged because that seat is an elected position in Georgia. So she had to run in a Democratic primary, and they're going to be challenging her in November for the November election. So actually at the same time that she will be, in November when he will be on the ballot, so will she here in Georgia. And so, I look at this nonsense and I'm just like, the end of this year is just going to be absolutely insane. So here we are. Let's enjoy our summer, because by the time this summer is over, we're going to get into the full-fledged crapshoot. Go ahead. What you got?
Wait, one more thing that just happened today that just pulled up, and, not on Super Producer, Internal Access's list because it just happened. Yeah. For some reason, Robert De Niro showed up to talk outside of the courthouse after closing arguments of Trump's trial.
I did see that. Yeah.
And they also sent first responders from January 6th. Listen, guys, I get it. I feel you. I feel your vibes. No. Like, no. This was a horror. Whoever thought that was a good idea to send an actor who already hates.
What's wrong with that?
We already said we don't like political theater. We're trying to make this not a thing, right? Isn't that what
theater? It's all political theater now. Every last bit of it.
But I think it's a little ridiculous. You don't think it's a little ridiculous to send to have Robert De Niro?
It's ridiculous that Donald Trump has been in our political spectrum for the last 9 years. That's what's ridiculous. So now we got to bring out Robert De Niro. We got to bring out Kanye. We got to bring out everybody. Amber Rose has come out endorsing Donald Trump.
Put up the what sign? Put up the what so we can yes. Let's talk about a bleeper for curse words.
Do I have a bleeper for curse words? I don't know. Here we go. My camera act. So anyway, we'll come
what
back
are you doing? Are we like restarting a video game?
Go ahead. So Amber Rose, go ahead and talk about Amber Rose.
Listen here. So Amber Rose endorsed Trump, saying that Democrats and people sheep, and she knows all the truth, and she's done her research, and he's the most understanding about abortion rights and women's rights, and blah blah blah, vomit, cum stuck in her throat, whatever. She's an idiot. Yes, I said it. Listen here, you dumpster fire of a human being.
Yeah.
You tried to play us like you've been black all this time, and you support blacks and you support gays and this and that, to come out and support Trump. I'm a Republican, and nothing that he's done supports women's rights, gay rights, none of it. He actually has said that he actually has started the process to repeal Roe v. Wade. You are the one who started the slut walk, who told women that you can be who you are, you can dress how you want, be naked on Instagram, do whatever you want, and not be touched or judged. For a man who judges you, this man has made it very clear about gay rights and trans rights, but you call yourself mother because you support gay and trans people. What are you talking about? How is this a thing? How is she confused that people don't support her?
This is the first time I've seen Amber Rose crawl up out the cracks of the ground in 10 years. I don't give a damn about Amber Rose. I look at these people, but here's the thing. We talk about this often. There's a market for everything and everybody. And right now, Trump and their minions are trying to do whatever they can. They pull whatever little bit of black, woman, LGBTQ, whoever they can pull to their side.
She's not even close to being black. She got tattoos on her face and she's a couple rappers.
As black people, we say she's not close to being black. For somebody like Trump, and she's biracial, that's black enough. Let's go get her.
Barely biracial.
You know, she's barely biracial. That rapper Kanye West and a few other ones. Let's go get her. You know.
And she recently, and 2 years ago, she was on because BET revived that show. What was that show? Where people go to college in the college campus or whatever it's called. They did a celebrity version of that.
Was she the one that got in a fight with somebody on the show? Was it her?
She was, because another black woman or Afro-Latino girl was like, listen, you want to be black so bad, you are not black. And Amber and her got into a fight about it. And ever since that moment, she has done multiple things that make us go, oh, you really aren't black. You really don't care about us. You really, I just use this almost like a culture vulture where you got in as good as you wanted to until it made sense for you. And now you're like, but I'm white and I've been white and I'm okay with being white. Like the supporting of Trump after you sponsor something called a slut walk for multiple years. How does that didn't even match conservative values.
What's that generation?
Her whole vibe isn't conservative values.
What's that generation after you? You're a millennial. What's that? Gen Z? Is that after you? Is that the next one?
Stupid.
Is Gen Z the one right after you?
Sure.
Whatever.
I don't know.
That generation and beyond, they're not going to define blackness the way we define blackness. They don't. It's an in and out. It's whatever you want. Especially people like Amber Rose, who, you know, she is a biracial, and she looks mostly more white than she does black, in part because of her body. Her body makes her look more black. Her skin tone makes her look more white. So you look at her and you're just like, okay, all of a sudden, what am I going to be today? Whatever is going to get my market together, whatever is going to get people to respond. You know, you look at the Drakes and Ambers and there's so many biracial, like half the NBA now players, a lot of those guys are biracial, especially ones whose dads might have played in the league. A lot of them had married white wives or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they're married white wives.
Huh?
No, they've married white wives, but when it comes to Amber, I guess Amber Rose is just different because you have gone out of your way to try to do this whole women empowerment. Women can be who they want. And she's losing a lot of support from her core base. Okay. Like, she's lost endorsement support. If you saw her Instagram page and brands that have dropped her, they're like, no, you said you were this and now you're this, and this is not who we hired. This is not who we wanted.
Yeah, let's see, because that's a very good point, because we talk about this often. We're at a point now where I think when they do the calculus on whether or not she's at 24.3 million followers, okay, on Instagram. Don't know what she is on Twitter or any other social media. So she's at 24 million followers on Instagram. Yeah, she if it's going to help her cause, sell whatever, and somebody's gonna write her a check, it's crazy. I'm looking at this, this here it is. When you look at there she is with Donald Trump and Melania, and it looks like Donald Trump is hugging up closer to Amber Rose than he is his own wife. That's a whole different conversation.
He's with every woman.
And so there's so much about access. You get access to communities, and we don't know how their bank accounts are ringing when they do these different things, because some of the nonsense that happens now. We didn't talk today about Camron selling stuff on acting a fool. We didn't talk about Nikki Haley selling terror by signing bombs. We didn't talk about Amber Rose selling herself to Donald Trump. It's people don't have the what we think about people having some sort of, they don't have that level of respect for themselves anymore. It's just.
Well, can we jump to another what that I don't even think you knew about?
What?
Northwest, Kim Kardashian's daughter, sang the iconic I just can't wait to be king, that was sung by Jason Weaver from the Lion King soundtrack at the Hollywood Bowl for the 40th anniversary of the Lion King, and she sounded a straight donkey, and everybody is acting like she was so talented. Now listen, I know we can't boo kids or we can't boo Jesus, I get it, but there are 100,000 talented black little kids or white little kids, or little kids in general, who could have sang that song. First kid that comes to mind is Eris. What is her last name? Eris.
Who?
T.I.'s daughter.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know her name.
So Eris is a singer, and Eris is a very good singer. They could have had her do it. Can we find the video of this little girl singing this song? Because it's so bad.
So as you just mentioned, Jason Weaver. This is the grown Jason Weaver who sung it originally as a 8, 9, 10-year-old kid 30 years ago,
and still makes $20,000 a month off the song.
sound like a good retirement plan for me. But I'll see if we can find it, Northwest. But once again, Jason Weaver, probably just like you said, being a great vocalist himself, he recognizes that that's trash. If the girl sounded as bad as you said she did.
Wait. Wait.
So it's all marketing. What is she dressed in? Is that supposed to be her Lion King outfit? I guess that is what we just looked at. I guess that's what we were just looking at with her and Jason Weaver. I guess that's the Lion King. Because I've seen her with these like hoods and stuff on. Like that's something else Kanye didn't put out. And if you ain't put it out, you
she dresses like that on a regular basis.
Right. So I thought that was just her regular outfit, but that was her Kanye thing. Hey man, I just,
it's nepotism.
This is where we are. You also want to talk about Kelly Rowland during her what today?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Let's.
So Kelly Rowland was at the Cannes Film Festival, and Cannes Film Festival is in the south of France. It is a very elite. It's almost like the Met Gala for films. It's all fashion. It's all very high end, not high end, but indie films that go there.
Yeah.
And she's going up the red carpet, and she is stopped by a security guard who has her arm out like she's stopping a space invasion, is trying to hustle Kelly up the stairs. And she steps on Kelly's dress. The security guard says, "I'm sorry." And Kelly's like, "No, it's okay." But she continues to like move her arm up against Kelly. Kelly's like, "Can you please stop?" Kelly turns around to wave, and it just becomes this aggression with the security guard and Kelly. And Kelly was like, don't talk to me like that. You're not my mom, but you need to talk to me like that, as the lady continues to hustle up the stairs. And the same security guard woman is caught with 2 other women of color doing the same thing. What I will say is I'm familiar with the Cannes Film Festival, and their biggest rule is you cannot take pictures on those stairs. You are not allowed to do it. You're only allowed to take pictures. There's like the stairs and a second rising, and you can only take pictures on that second rising if you actually have a film being shown in the festival, but not while you're walking up the stairs. It is a huge rule they've always had.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think the security guard was doing the most and being a little rude. If people are just turning around and waving, it's not a big deal. It's not going to stop the show. And I don't know why they have that rule. I don't know if it's for safety or why that rule is in place, but that rule has always been in place. And people are saying she only did it to women of color, but only women of color are the ones who stopped on the stairs. There's actually a Spanish woman who had a giant picture of Jesus. Her whole train was Jesus' face. Was first, how dare you drag Jesus' face on the ground? That's so disgusting. And she kept trying to fan it out. And security kept picking it up like, nope, what you're not going to do is have this giant train on these steps. And she was getting hustled up. And she actually shoved the security guard. And the security guard was ready to fight. There was an Asian actress who turned around to wave like Kelly did. Just a simple wave, turning around to wave. And they was shoving her inside as well. So I think that Cannes either needs to get better security, find security who have some people skills, or just tell everybody's management team, please just don't take pictures on the stairs. Yeah, we don't give a damn what you're about to do. Just don't take pictures on the stairs. No.
So here's the thing. Never heard that rule before, and because I don't follow it. So you follow it, absolutely trust what you're saying. Them walking up the stairs, depending on how steep those stairs are, and these long trains as you're talking about, that's probably good for them to not have this turnaround wave stuff or these long trains that step on, they fall, they bust their behind. Next thing you know, they're getting clowned on social media. But it's just a sensitivity. If you are Kelly Rowland, you were a part of the biggest group in the history of music, right? Selling out world tours, blah, 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 blah. Now that's been 15 years since that or more. Whatever it's been, but you're still Kelly Rowland. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, if I'm being invited up these stairs, I'm somebody, even if you don't know who I am.
Absolutely.
And so, but we as Black folks, I don't care how popular, I don't care how successful we are, we have a chip on our shoulders that there's a lot of history behind why that chip resides on our shoulders. And so that's probably why
I hate to say that, but I agree with you. There is a little bit of chip, and I think she's already in this weird era. And the people keep calling it that they're saying they're trying to make it her villain era. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that she is in the era of I'm here, you will respect me,
right? And
she's sticking up for herself more than she ever would have in the past because she has that more power capability now than she ever had.
Pushing 45 now because her and Beyonce are about the same age. What they got to be pushing 45? Where
She's 45, 2 kids, husband.
Come on, man. This woman is one of the most successful musicians. She's somebody to be respected. But once again, it's the chip that many of us have on our shoulders, and Sister Girl wasn't having it. So,
and the girl with the Jesus train, I would have swung on you if I was a security guard. You are trying to fan out a 7-foot-long train on a flight of stairs,
right, with
Jesus' face on it, and you're getting mad. People are like, "Oh, they're so satanic. They don't like Jesus." What? That's not the point. You can't. Come on, guys.
Somebody's making a statement, and it is what it is. All right. Well, let me see. Then rapid fire. One thing I want to start doing, because. Before the show, we kind of figure, okay, what's trending? I went on what's trending, and I said, why is FAMU trending? And I still couldn't really figure it out. So if I'm looking on X right now, let's see what's trending. Tyler Perry is trending. Why is Tyler Perry trending? Let's see. Let's click. Okay.
Because he got tried by Carlton, by Alfonso Ribeiro.
What is this? Common sense is clear. Let's see top. Let's see what's going on top. Guess who we should be expecting Alfonso Ribeiro in any upcoming Tyler Perry movies? Yeah, because I think he came out and said Tyler Perry needs to revamp Alfonso Ribeiro's career. And he says, I don't ever want that man to do anything for me. Okay, and everybody like Alfonso Ribeiro ain't working. I was just watching America's
We just
Funniest
talked about it.
Videos. Yeah, he's working. It is what it is. Let's see. My understanding, he said he came on an interview and said he was struggling. Anyway, all right. What else is trending? What is going on with your university? FAMU is trending, and I don't know if it's just me personally or.
Did they find out that a scam was a scam, or is there clothing coming
I
out?
think we
Scammer
already
and
figured
scammer is
we're
clothing.
trying to catch up on FAMU drama. Everybody I'm seeing is like, what's going on with FAMU, and it's still not the way FAMU men terrorize my blah, 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 blah. All right, so I don't know what's going on with FAMU, but FAMU is trending. All right, let me see what else is trending. Ivanka is trending. Jay-Z is trending. Why is Jay-Z trending? All right, let's see.
That's great. I know you guys were busy this weekend, but have you watched anything? Did you guys watch anything this weekend? Did you watch Atlas?
Watch what?
Atlas.
What is
Jennifer
Atlas?
Lopez's new movie? I don't even like Jennifer Lopez, and that movie was amazing.
What makes you think that I run to any TV screen to watch Jennifer Lopez do anything?
Because Sterling K. Brown was in it.
Okay, because he's in it, I might give it a shot.
And
is it in the theaters or is it on Netflix? What is it on?
On Netflix.
Of course. I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to think the last Jennifer
It's
Lopez
good,
movie.
though.
When I think about Jennifer Lopez movies, all I think about is the one where she was getting domestic abuse and then she beat up and killed a guy at the end. What movie was that?
That was 20 years ago. That was enough.
Exactly.
You didn't watch the stripper movie, Hustlers? The stripper movie? I went to the theater to watch Hustlers. All right.
Give me another one. Give me another one. Let me see it. Let me get my cricket button fired up. What's the next one you're gonna call out? Whatever Jennifer Lopez movie. Go ahead. Let me see if I've seen it.
I don't know one of the Hustlers I liked, and then this one Atlas was actually pretty good. It was a good movie, but everybody's panicking. It's only got 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm trying to figure out: did you guys think it was bad, or you just not like her? I don't like her, and I thought the movie was good. Me and Omar actually enjoyed it. We were surprised.
So I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting for Bad Boys to come out next week. I think that's going to be funny. It's going to be funny
you
enough.
Mean geezers? You mean geezers for life?
Whatever. Bad Boy be out next week. I see. It's getting to the summer stuff, right? So, do you guys watch the Chicago shows, right? Fire and PD.
I watch Med. I watch Chicago Med.
Oh, okay. So I stopped watching Med. So they had the season finales of both PD and Fire. That was pretty good.
Do you watch Station 19?
We already had. Which one is Station? No, I
absolutely
don't watch that. I tried to watch the 911 one with Angela Bassett. It's just too much drama.
I'm down tires for Angela Bassett. Like, I mean, I'm in.
But it's too much drama. It's just the couple episodes I watched. It was too over the top. After I'm used to Chicago Fire and I go to this and Chicago PD and they dancing and driving on one wheel and it's just craziness.
It's ridiculous. It's definitely stupid. The other thing we watched over the weekend because it just came out on HBO Max is Dunes 2, the one with Zendaya. Okay. If you haven't seen Dunes 1, you can't watch Dunes 2. Right. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes, but it was very good. I was intrigued.
I don't know. Maybe I'll watch that with, Serrana's here and she's a big Zendaya fan. That's her generation.
Oh, it's right up her alley.
Yeah. Yeah. So we might check that out this week. I see that the trailers are coming out for which one is it? House of Dragons? Is that which one it is? I get them, that's coming back in June. And
finally, after like 2 years.
2.5, 3 years. My challenge will be if I can really remember the characters because they're all blonde and they're all the same shade of blonde for the most part. And it's just like, who are these characters again?
Yeah, the black people and the white people. They're all blonde.
All blonde. They're all blonde. So it's kind of hard to keep up with all the characters. That was the biggest thing. And their names are ridiculously long and all Targaryen, Shan, whatever. So anyway, no, we didn't watch it. I was coaching and on the basketball court all weekend and driving. So anywho. All right, any stories we missed that you want to talk about? Kendrick Lamar still, they not like us. He's still wearing out the whole charts. And I think Drake came out with something whack and people are not really feeling it.
He's rapping over BBL Drizzy, that song that disses him. But there's really not anything else that, last thing, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jasmine Crockett. There's nothing really to say about it.
Bad built, bleach, blonde.
No, you're in the wrong order. No. Bleach, blonde, bad built,
butch
body.
Okay. I saw some dude that was like a musician, and it was actually, I think he's in Marcellus, and he starts. It's too long. I won't play it because but they've been running that thing in the ground. I'm just like, did you see the video of the woman who ran into her at the airport and videoed
She's
it?
me. That woman is me.
She's
Hey
you.
girl, ooh, bad bitch, blonde, build body, go girl. I would have got it right though. Beach, blonde, bad built, butch. That's a lot of B's without
It's a
saying
lot
the
of
actual
bees.
B word.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Let me see if everything fires off like it's supposed to.